here's all the books I got for Christmas. Hello, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing amazing. So I know it's extremely late, we are now in February, but I thought I would show you all the books I got for Christmas because I was so extremely lucky. I can't believe my family. I'm so appreciative, and I love looking at Christmas hauls, book hauls in general, so I thought I would show you mine. I've got my coffee, I'm raring to go. I will caveat this video by saying I don't think I'm going to give too much detail about the books themselves, just because sometimes I feel like I don't know much about the books themselves. I do like to go into books quite blind, and if someone that I highly recommend their ratings or their reviews suggests a book, more than likely I will get that book just for that reason. But I'm sure you will know more about these books than me myself. But without further ado, let's crack on. I've got the books all in a little basket just to the side of me, so I'm picking these up in no particular order. But first up, we've got The Long Walk by Stephen King. Now, actually right behind me, I've got a few Stephen Kings. I absolutely love his work, his writing, and it was actually my sister that introduced me to his writing, and she loves him as well, and I can totally understand why. I think this one is recently coming out into a movie. Actually, I tell a lie, it already is a movie because you can tell by this gorgeous sticker that you cannot remove. Why do books do this? I have no idea. To be honest, I'm just grateful it's not a movie cover, it's actually like an illustrated one. But I've not watched the movie, and I kind of refuse to watch the movies until I've read the book. One of my sisters loved this book, but my other sister actually hated it. So I'm intrigued to see what side I fall on. But I think with this one, we've just got a group of people, and whoever walks the furthest wins. Next, we have The Shadow and Bone Trilogy by Leigh Bardugo. I did not realise they were so shiny, but I absolutely love them. Now, the reason why I wanted these is because I currently have Six of Crows and The Crooked Kingdom, is it, sitting on my shelves, and I was told that realistically you should read the Shadow and Bone trilogy beforehand. So that's exactly what I'm doing. Do I have any idea what this series is about? No, but have I heard the most incredible reviews? Yes. So I have high hopes. I've also heard quite good things about the King of Scars duology, but I'd love to know if you've read them and what you think. And I actually feel like I need to get to this series pretty soon. I need to know what it's all about. Next up, I have How to Seal Your Fate by Kristin, Perrin. I believe this is second in a series. I do have the first one somewhere along these shelves, How to Solve Your Own Murder, I think, and not read it yet. Can't say too much on it, but I do love a cozy mystery. Next up, I have For Whom the Bell Tolls by Jaysea, Lynn. Now, I have to say, I don't know what this book is about. I know it's a romantasy, and I also know everyone on the other app absolutely raves about it. I think there's something to do with the afterlife and hell, and just that alone seems right up my street. I mean, all of these books I want to get to really soon, but this one I really want to get to soon. Like, I really need to know what the hype about. I think this has so many 5-star reviews as well. Super excited to read this one and to see what it's all about. Next up, we have The Cruise Club by Caroline James. I have never heard of this one before. I believe this is about an older group of women, which as a 30-year-old I quite appreciate. But I believe we've got our female main character. She's a crime writer, I want to say, cozy crime writer, but she's lost her spark a little bit, so she goes on a cruise. I think this might be a little bit of a clash of genres. I think this could be a literary fiction with romance sprinkled in, but I'm actually really excited for this one. I love a literary fiction. I think it's about a group of older friends, and honestly, it just seems right up my street. Okay, next up we have one I'm so excited for. One I do actually have on my Kindle, but I was told that there is a whole load of footnotes in the book, and I just think that might get a little bit messy on the Kindle, so I requested a hard copy for Christmas, and that is Babel by R.F. Kuang. Now, I read Yellowface. It was the first book I read in 2025, and it was a 5-star, and that is the only book I've read of R.F. Kuang's. I've got The Poppy War ready to go. I also have Catabasis ready to go, and I've not read them, but I've heard for Catabasis you realistically should read this one first, so that is what I'm gonna do, and I finally got it. Now, will I say that this intimidates me? Yes, it does. But I know, I just have a feeling after reading Yellowface, I love her writing. I don't want this to intimidate me. I really want to go into this loving it, giving it the attention it deserves. and then go on to catabasis, I guess. But also look at this cover. Just look at this. Oh, stunning. So the next two are actually from my place of work. I feel so extremely lucky. And first up, I got Shield of Sparrows by Devney Perry. Again, this is one I don't know too much about, but I've only heard amazing reviews, specifically about the ending. Apparently the ending is so like jaw-dropping. People have recorded themselves on the other apps, seeing their reactions. Instantly, I had to know what was going on. So I did kindly request this, and I just feel so happy. I feel so happy I've got this. But she is chunky. But if you have read this, please give me some encouragement to read this. Just because, as much as I do want to read it, it's not high up on my romantasy/fantasy list. I feel like there's others that I would prefer to read before this. So I don't know when I'll realistically get around to it. So yeah, any words of encouragement would truly be appreciated. And then the next gift my work gave me, I still can't get over it. I can't even lift it up on the floor. I'm that weak. It is the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. I know. I'm so lucky. I'm so appreciative. I love my company. I love them so much. And I cannot wait to delve into this. Sorry, there is no flattering angle for me to hold this, but I got the colourful spines as well. And I actually prefer them so much more. So I'm glad I did actually wait a little bit before requesting these, because they just look so nice. Sorry, I'm just going to put these down a bit. But obviously I am still on my ACOTAR journey. I'm loving ACOTAR so much that I feel like I'm going to need to carry on my Sarah J. Maas journey afterwards. So I have Throne of Glass raring to go. I don't know whether you should read Throne of Glass first before Crescent City. Like I don't know too much about the Maasverse, so any advice, I would truly appreciate it. Now obviously this is a very big series, like just look at all those pages put together. But what daunts me the most is what you should start the series off with. Is it Throne of Glass? Is it Assassin's Blade? I just feel like there's so much discourse around this question. It puts so much dread into my brain. So when I'll get around to these, I have no idea, but I have them. The next book I received was The Book Thief by Markus Zusak, I want to say. Sorry if I'm saying that incorrectly. I am so excited to have this because I read this years ago. And when I say years, I would say about 10 years ago. While I do remember the premise of this book, I don't remember too much. And I think, even though I would have been about 20, I actually feel like I read this when I was about 18, so it would have been even longer. Oh my god, my age. I don't reckon I fully appreciated the book as what I would now, especially because I wasn't reading as much, it wasn't as much as a hobby, etc. So I'm so excited to do a reread, and actually I might put that as a little prompt in my TBR jar, so there is more of a chance of me reading this one, because I honestly feel like this could be 5-star territory. Historical fiction, I love it. It's my jam. So yeah, a reread is definitely on the card, so excited to have this one. Okay, next, I don't think it was a gift, but it was a freebie, and I said, yeah, I'll take it. But we have got The Borrow a Bookshop Holiday by Kiley Dunbar. Now, I think this is like a mass paperback, because it's so tiny, it's so tiny, but actually I find it quite cute. I don't think a lot of people like mass market paperbacks, but I don't know, I feel like I can get on board. I think it was my husband's granddad that got this in a free magazine. So technically this is a free book. So I'm intrigued to see what I actually think of this, if this is worthy. Personally, if you're getting this free with like a magazine, then I expect this to be like a 2-star, 3-star read. If this is like anything above a 3-star, that's a win in my book, because you technically got it for free. I mean, I know you got to buy it for the magazine. I mean, I got it for free, but yeah, and when I checked on Goodreads, it actually had really good reviews. So I'm quite excited to read this one. But look how tiny that writing is. Is there any need? Like, I feel like I need a magnifying glass just to read that. Okay, next I have The Chalk Man by C.J. Tudor. This has been on my wish list for so long, and I'm so glad to finally have it. I read The Drift, I want to say, by C.J. Tudor, and I really enjoyed it. It was a 4-star read, and I've actually heard that this is one of her best pieces of work. I also have The Gathering to read, which I believe is about vampires. This is, I believe, Chalk Men start appearing, and then unalivings start happening. So that's all I know. Again, it's a thriller, so I do like to go in blind. I like to be surprised. I like to feel the tension, etc. So yeah, So glad to have this on my shelf. I just found another one in my little basket, which my sister has clearly put in, and that is More Confessions of a 40-something F up. And I read the first one, I really enjoyed it, and she was like, oh, I've bought the second one, I've read it, it was okay, but I'll give it to you to read. So I don't really have high hopes of this one. My sister did say it's quite similar to the first one, and I don't know, I think if you're making a sequel of a book, I want it to be different to the first. I mean, I'm sure everyone's the same, and I think when it's got exactly the same premise as the first one, then I'm like, is this a money-making scheme? Did you really want to write this book? Like, I don't know. I just always have questions in the back of my mind. But of course, I am going to read it. I'm going to go with an open mind. And actually, it's been so long since I read the first one, I'm sure I won't even remember it. So who knows? This could be a 5-star read. Now, we've got 4 left, and they're all hardbacks. Now, this one I have already read. I did have it in paperback, but I'm going to donate that to a charity shop, because when I saw that these editions had been released, I had to have them. Not only is that cover gorgeous, look at the edges. Look at the edges, just absolutely stunning. I really enjoyed this book. Now, I know obviously this has just been released on Netflix. I've still not watched the movie actually, so I do need to get onto that. I loved Poppin' Alex. I just think, I love friends to lovers. This is a friends to lovers trope, and I just think that trope is so special. I know it doesn't get the love that it deserves. I think a lot of people hate that trope. Same with second chance romance, but I don't know, there's something about it I absolutely just adore. Also, look at the end pages. They're so cute. You've got this as the naked cover. I just love it so much. I would love to do a reread. And honestly, Emily Henry is my favourite contemporary romance author. No one writes them like she does. She does no wrong, in my opinion, and so excited to have this on my shelf. I will have to display it with the edges on show. I think that's the only way. And then in similar vein, I did request People We Meet on Vacation, but I also wanted Beach Read, the same kind of special edition, and Beach Read was a 5-star read for me. I love this book with so much passion. This is one I definitely have to reread, because I read this some time ago, and actually, I'd be quite intrigued to see if it still does hit the same, if it still gives me those 5-star feels, and I love this book with all my heart. Again, look at that sprayed edge. It's so cute. I just love it so much. Again, we've got this gorgeous naked cover, and it says, I feel overwhelmed that you exist. I love this colour. And then the end pages. Oh my God. That is even more beautiful looking at it through the viewfinder and the second time round. Look at that. To be honest, I would love to get all of Emily Henry's books like this. I don't know if she's released any more in this kind of special edition. I will be getting it. Like, hands down, I'll be getting all of them. I've only read Happy Place. Again, loved that one. That was a 4.5 stars. So once that comes out in special edition, I'll be getting it. And I think it's just a funny story that I haven't read yet. Oh, and Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow, is it? Or Great Big Beautiful Life? No, Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow is Disney's song. Great Big Beautiful Life. I've not read that one yet. I know that has mixed reviews. I actually feel like that would be a 5-star, because a lot of people say it gives 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo vibes. That was a 5-star for me. So if you're putting 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo and Emily Henry together, realistically, that should be a 6-star read for me. But I don't do 6-star reads, so we'll just stick with a 5-star. But again, we'll have to display them with the edges on show. And then another one from work, actually, and we've got Metal Slinger by Rachel Snyder. Again, I have no clue what this is about. I've just heard raving reviews. A lot of my friends on TikTok absolutely love this. I think this recently got traditional published as well. Like, everyone was ranting and raving when it was indie published. Then it got trad published, and then everyone went crazy for it once again. So excited to know what all the hype is about, whether I agree. I am really on my fantasy/romantasy phase. I think I need to read a lot more, and it's only recently that I've been getting that itch to read a lot more fantasy and romantasy, and we need to remedy that. In February, I am reading The Wolf King, so I've got one upcoming romantasy. Actually, I feel like that's going to be my next read. Yeah, I think that's going to be my next read, The Wolf King. And then last, but definitely not least, we have got Broken Country by Claire Leslie Hall. Again, I don't know too much about this one. I just know they say that it's kind of a mixture of genres. You've got literary fiction, and it's kind of like a thriller but I've only heard incredible reviews. I do have 5-star prediction from what other reviewers have said about this book. It does seem right up my street, so I'm really excited to read this. It's also really tiny. I thought it would be a bit more chunkier than this. The only thing that does worry me is on the back we have an author blurb by Chris Whitaker. Now, I read All the Colours of the Dark by him and I wasn't a fan. I wasn't a fan at all. So now I'm a little bit worried. There was me saying, I feel like this would be a 5-star prediction, and now I've seen that, I'm a bit like, I don't know. But it does also say the most addictive love story of the year. So I'm really intrigued by this one and to actually see if it is a 5-star rating like I predict. And that wraps up my Christmas book haul. I did get some other bookish bits like my cat bookmark. I also got 2 bookish cushions, which were really cute. One even has a little pouch where you can put your book in. I got a new mug, which I now use as my TBR jar. So I've been truly spoiled and I'm just so grateful. Cannot wait to delve into all of these books. As a little bit of an update, I will soon be moving. Yes, so none of these books are actually on my shelves at the moment because 1, there's no room, and 2, I will soon be moving and I'm just going to need to pack them up anyway. There's not going to be any moving vlogs or anything because we don't have our own house. We're actually moving back home with our parents because life in London is just too tough. It's too expensive. I'm not going to talk too much into that because we all know how ridiculous London is at the moment. But I think I will do a vlog packing all of these books up and then putting them back on the shelves when I get to my parents' house, because actually, I can't lie, I've been wanting to redo these shelves for the longest time, but because I've had so many, I've just been too lazy and I've been putting them off. So this is the perfect excuse to do that because I have to. Oh, and also I got a 5-tier revolving bookcase, like, you know, one of those spinning ones. So I've actually already left that at my parents'. So then I've actually got more book space to put all my books. I'm so excited. I've wanted one of those revolving bookcases for the longest time, just like a TBR trolley as well. I've always wanted a TBR trolley, but that's definitely not going to go into the new place. So yes, there will be a little vlog of rejigging my bookcases. I just don't know how I want them to be. Do I want them color coded? Do I want them by author? I don't know. I'll just see what takes my fancy at the time. But I would love to know how you organize your bookshelves, because I always find it really fascinating how other brains work, because I think ideally for me, I would love to have it by author, like in an actual library. I don't know, there's something that just, it pleases my brain to have alphabetical order by author, but at the same time, organised by colour is really pretty. So I don't know. But anyway, I'm going off on a tangent now and it's not needed. If you did get to the end of this video, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I would love to know if you have read any of these books that I got for Christmas. What did you think of them? Like, is there one that I should prioritise first? Is there one that I have to read within the next couple of months because it's just so damn good? If you did enjoy this video, it would mean so much to me if you could like and subscribe. I would love to have you. I actually found out that half of my viewers are actually from non-subscribers. So if you are liking the content, it would mean so much to me if you could subscribe. But on that note, I'm going to leave this one here and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye.